Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Hey, we got a body count. Our body count for today is 8 children escape even mother's house of horrors. More mothers doing crazy things. What's new? Right?
Yeah.
See, you doing so much paper.
I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize. I would have had it together already if I was.
I had told you before.
Aware. You didn't tell me what we was doing.
I said we doing body cam, and I said y'all had
Did
a word.
you?
Yeah. You said I'm ready. I said, oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. You did.
No, you just asked me was I ready.
No. I did. I said we finna do a body cam.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
She be toning me out, y'all. And you hearing them?
I was.
You should be doing the most, don't you?
Sorry, guys.
You should be doing the most, don't you? You old fidgety self. You a very fidgety person. That's why I be y'all only get a glimpse of us. Y'all be trying to be hard on me. She a very fidgety person. Hey, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want the first part. You got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals.
Like it with a thumbs up.
Man, I got tension in my thumb. Have you ever been inside of a home with like a furnace like this?
Yeah.
My
grandma used to have one.
My grandma's house.
Your grandma had one. Yeah.
Yeah, her joint's kind of similar to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to hate, I think I have touched that thing one time when it was on. Mm-hmm. And it's hot as hell, mm-hmm. bro. I said, what the fuck? I was a kid, though. I was younger. But hey, let's get into it, man. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about, man. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
We'll have a chance to talk to you, okay?
Right now, you both are going to be under arrest for...
Police are at the home of Keith and Candy Holt, the parents of 8 children. They don't know it yet, but one of their kids managed to contact police, alerting them to the cruelty happening behind closed doors.
This is what I do. I take care of kids. That's all my education. That's everything I've ever done.
What officers don't realize is that Keith and Candy's home is considered a safe house, with a documented history of caring for children. If investigators can't prove the abuse, the couple could walk free and go right back to running their house of horrors.
What about Beth getting locked?
So they're considered like a safe house. Is that like for like foster kids, I guess?
I guess so, yeah.
And she said, that's what I do for a living. And I ain't gonna hold you. Some people, that's how they look at being like foster homes and stuff. This is what I do for a living. They really don't like care for the kids. It's more about the financial aspect of it. Sad though.
In the bathroom for 3 days.
Oh, let me.
House of horrors.
What about Beth getting locked in the bathroom for 3 days?
No, never happened.
So when you said that you haven't spanked anybody in a year, that was not a correct statement.
Yes. So if someone said that you beat the kids with a 2x2 board.
Whoa. Now I done hear some whoopings in my life. You said what?
I'm not going
You were finna say, watch my language.
Well, yes, do that, but that's not what I was about to say.
But I ain't never got hit with a 2x4. That's some crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. I done got some.
I guess neither here nor there.
I done got some where if I told y'all be like, oh no, somebody should have called CPS.
I still be like, you do know that was not considered normal, right?
But I ain't never been hit by a 2x4 though.
That don't make it better.
I ain't saying
But yeah,
make it better,
I feel what you're saying.
It's January 2024, and police are receiving a series of alarming calls from residents in Blackwell, Oklahoma, reporting that 8 children under the care of Pastor Keith Holt and his wife Candy have been left home alone for days. Officers visit the home on January 14th and 15th, but nobody...
It's Black what? Black what, see?
I didn't. Sorry.
A series of alarming calls from residents in Blackwell, Oklahoma, reporting that 8 children under the care of Pastor Keith Holt and his wife Candy have been left home alone for days. Officers visit the home on January 14th and 15th, but nobody responds. On the morning of the 16th, they return once more, and this time, Keith opens the door. During the visit, officers spot bruises on several children, and on one of them, a black eye concealed beneath makeup. A few hours later, they return with a warrant and arrest them.
We're back.
No.
What? Oh.
All right.
What you doing?
Right now, you both are going to be under arrest for. You can go with these 2 gentlemen.
Turn around, pretend running
all
back.
8 children are out in protective custody.
He's a pastor.
We will have a conversation when I get to the police department.
Okay. I know you're gonna be nice, so I'm gonna put it in front for you, okay? Where you need?
I have to get my shoes out of that.
Are they in this room?
Yeah, I'll just put them up front so it's more comfortable for you, okay?
Are you here? Ma'am?
Let's go right here. I'm gonna put him in my car. You don't have anything on you?
I don't know.
Okay, no wallet, no purse, no nothing?
No.
Okay.
Just please
Do
be
you have
careful.
medication you need to take with you?
No. Please be careful with CJ.
Candy's seemingly protective comment about CJ immediately stood out to investigators. It aligned with what one of the injured children had told officers earlier, that only the oldest kids were punished, while the youngest, like CJ, were not. That small detail revealed a clear divide in how the children were treated. Now, detectives had to determine the full extent of the abuse, and whether both Keith and Candy were involved, and to what degree.
I wonder, is any of them biologically theirs? That's what, because I've seen that happen where the biological kids are treated better than the foster kids or the adopted kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they look at it like, these are ashes from our DNA. And if you're gonna bring a kid inside your home, treat them like you gave birth to them, no matter what.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Take care of them, treat them nice, treat them with respect. Even if it's like a niece and nephew, you decide to take them in, still treat them like you birthed them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know somebody who literally took in and they treat the child like, you know what I'm saying, she birthed them. You know? And that's how that's how I feel like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
You don't got my arm? Well, I need my hand.
I thought you were trying to get your shoe on.
If you need to sit down real quick and adjust, I'll put it in the front so you're able to do whatever you need to do.
This is what I do. I take care of kids. That's all my education. That's everything I've ever done. And this is absurd. And it's not fair. And CJ's the one who doesn't understand. Please.
We'll have a chance to talk to you, okay?
No, I just want him to be protected.
We ain't
All right,
working
man,
no
we
other
gotta go out
kids.
here, okay?
Right? That's weird to me.
Candy appears visibly
That's why I'm saying, like,
distressed,
who is
disoriented,
this CJ?
and unable to collect her thoughts. What investigators didn't realize at the time was that this was just the start of a carefully crafted facade designed to win sympathy, manipulate the truth, and avoid accountability. Surprisingly, it would go on to help them avoid the full consequences of their crimes later on. Keith and Candy were both successfully detained, and all 8 of the children were removed from the home and brought to safety. Human Services had already ruled the injuries as unmistakable signs of abuse, scars, multiple bruises at different stages of healing, a black eye. They were patterns no one could ignore. Despite the serious allegations, Keith and Candy remain oddly composed, immediately denying everything and painting themselves as protective parents. To investigators, it was clear. These two wouldn't crack easily in the interrogation room. Officers take note of this, realizing that getting Keith and Candy to turn on each other could be the key to making them confess to their horrific actions.
Why have you turned against me? Everyone caused it.
Detectives start the interrogations with
You were doing all the stretching and
I
twisting.
seen some. He said my wife
turned against me.
turned to.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Candy, thinking she'll be easier to crack.
Today, in this room,
I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes y'all be thinking the women be the hardest one to crack, and that'd be totally different. The women, honestly, a lot of times women be more solid than men, and sometimes, honestly, men be easier to crack. They be a little soft. I can't go from jail. I'm scared. Sometimes women be like, "You take me to jail, I'm gonna become boss. I'm gonna be the mama of the, you know." It be like that though. You can't never underestimate a woman. Ain't that right? She want to act like that now.
we're going to talk about some things, and how you answer those questions could impact the rest of your life. You understand that?
Yes.
These are serious allegations. So I need you to be honest with me. Why would all 5 of the older kids all have the exact same story?
As far as
This being hit with a 2x2 that they showed me was behind your TV. All 5 of them.
No.
They're all telling the exact same story, separate, of being hit with that piece of wood.
I have never seen him hit them with that piece of wood. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying I have not seen him hit them. The only thing I've seen him hit them with is the belt.
We start to get a clear look at Candy's denial of how serious the situation in her home really was. As detectives begin to pressure her, she shifts the blame to Keith, saying she's seen him use his belt as a form of punishment, but underplays the severity of the situation. What Candy doesn't know is that one child has revealed everything to the detectives. Details of neglect far more severe than spanking with a belt. Now, detectives plan to use this information to trap her in a web of lies she can't escape.
What about Beth getting locked in the bathroom for 3 days?
No, never happened.
So they're all the kids are lying.
I don't know what's going on, but Beth ain't never been locked in a bathroom for 3 days. None of them. That doesn't even make any sense.
It's just hard to believe that all 5 of them would have the exact same story.
Well, that's
over multiple incidents. See, you've never seen Keith hit the kids?
I've seen Keith spank the kids. Oh, yes. On the butt. One at a time, because we don't discipline in front of each other. And that's it. I've never seen him hit him with a piece of wood. I've never seen him other than the belt. I'm dead honest. And that is so rare.
Candy acts as if the children are lying. She continues to downplay the severity of the neglect and dismisses everything the detectives say. Detectives step out to rework their approach. They know that Candy is still protecting her husband, so they decide to give her one final opportunity to turn on Keith and defend herself instead.
I don't think you're being 100% honest with me.
I don't know what to say.
I think there's a lot of stuff that's going on in that house that maybe you turn a blind eye to. When we take those kids to the child specialist and they say, yeah, they've got bruises that are consistent with, I mean, that's hard to get past. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
I mean, because the problem is they're gonna come to court and they're gonna testify that these bruises are consistent with. What I mean by what I'm saying is I think there's stuff going on in that house that you know about, but maybe haven't seen, maybe you've heard it, and you've got an idea that it's going on, but he's the sole provider for the house, you have all these children, you're not gonna rock the boat either.
With the rest of the interrogation being censored by the Blackwell Police Department, it's unclear what more exactly she confessed to. What is clear, however, is that Candy implied Keith was the main perpetrator, but detectives strongly suspected Keith was still hiding key details about the neglect. If they couldn't build a strong enough case, there was a real risk he could walk free and return to the same home with the same children and continue the cycle of abuse. It was on the detectives to stop that from happening. They needed to extract a confession.
All right, Keith. Let's start off talking. How long have you been in Blackwell?
8 months this time.
How long you and Candy been together?
8 years.
8 years.
7, 8 years.
Okay. And how is your relationship with all the kids? I know some kids are some biological kids, some are guardianship. Can you just kind of tell me about that?
Beth and John are my biological.
So Beth and John are yours. What about the 3 little kids, Kaylin, Peyton, and Colton? How did y'all come about them?
That's my wife's niece's kids.
Mm-hmm. And you guys got all full custodial
Everything.
through what district court would that have been? Would that have been Baxter County?
Yeah, Baxter County.
What about Tabitha and Thomas and Timothy?
Their mom and dad both died, and it was in the will that we would take them and raise them.
Your relationship with the 8 kids, what kind of, are they pretty trustworthy kids?
I would say so.
So they're not, you don't catch them in lies, and they're not, bad.
Not
you would
normally.
say bad kids.
Not normally. They'll, like, if we'll have cookies or we'll have chips or stuff, we'll say, okay, who took it? And I didn't take it.
So you would say they more fib than come out and lie to you.
Just come out and lie, and they'll always come back later on, and eventually they'll confess and say, okay, Dad, I took the chips. But other than just blatantly come out and lie, no.
Detectives steer the conversation towards the children's honesty, hoping Keith will take the bait. By implying the kids might be lying, they test whether he'll react with anger, justify punishments, or reveal deeper resentment. But instead, Keith admits his kids weren't the type to make up lies. So detectives shift tactics and confront him with hard evidence of abuse. And his reaction would be more than telling.
When was the last time you think you had to spank one of the kids?
Oh, it's been months, maybe even over a year, and I had to spank one.
So you haven't spanked the kids at all at this house?
I can't recollect that I have.
So if someone said that you beat the kids with a 2x2 board, would that... Why would someone say that?
Why would anybody say that?
Especially
to a kid.
Well, it's coming from the kids. They're the ones that are saying that. All 5 of the older kids.
Said that I beat them with a 2x2 board.
And they provided me the board that was behind the TV.
That I beat them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Have you hit them with that board?
I've never beat them with the board.
Have you hit them with that board?
Yep.
I did.
Wow. I didn't expect
Cause he
that.
like, oh yeah, I hit him a couple times, but beat
I
is the
didn't
word beat that he like. I ain't beat him, but
Yeah,
I do hit him with it. But in his head, it's
I
not.
disciplined them with it, but it's
yeah,
not
that's
beating.
what he. Yeah, he think it's just like yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. I know some people like. I've seen people, and the whole wood board stuff. I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen people like be like in fraternity and stuff. In fraternity they got the paddles, and I done seen people be like, I paddle my kids with my. I be like, nah, that's OD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a paddle. You think you finna bend your child over and your child is able to take a paddle because your big grown ass in college wanted to take that lick with that wood off of, you know what I'm saying? That's different. No. Because I done got paddling in school and I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little different, bro. I laugh at the teachers when I used to get paddles. I'm a little different. like them powders at school ain't none compared to what I went through at home.
John.
So when
I
you
did,
said that,
John.
so when you said that you hadn't spanked anybody in over a year, that was not a truthful statement.
To my right, I wasn't.
Here's the thing, partner. We're gonna tell it to you. Very, very simple, okay? We know a little bit more than what you think we do. We're just asking for your cooperation. Be honest with us. I mean, he's asking you all these questions because we kind of already know the answer to a lot of them. We're just trying to get you to be as honest as you can to help yourself out. Okay? So when you said that you haven't spanked anybody in a year, that was not a correct statement, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. And then
And thinking back, yeah, I had to spank John and I had to spank Beth.
Let's start with John. Why did that you have to spank him? What did he do?
I don't even remember why I had to spank him.
but it's with that board.
It could have been.
Keith admits to the accusations, one story the detectives were already familiar with. During Candy's interview, she partially confirmed hearing some of the abuse herself. Now, detectives would use the information Candy told them to further incriminate Keith.
Did John get in trouble?
Yeah, he got in trouble.
What was that punishment? Did he get spanked?
Yeah.
Did he get punched?
No. I didn't physically punch him. As far as punching him, I didn't. I just pushed him backwards.
Is that when did you tell him he was a disgrace?
I don't remember telling him he's a disgrace.
Candy said she heard it.
Said that I told him he was a disgrace?
Disgrace to the family.
Then I guess if Candy said she heard it, then I guess maybe I did, but I don't recollect that I did. I don't remember saying those words, but if I did, then...
You don't recollect a lot of stuff.
Right.
You got a short temper.
That's what
I don't think so.
Do you ever get so mad with the kids that you know, when you start spanking them that maybe you black out, don't realize how hard you're hitting them or how much you're hitting them?
I don't think so.
I just don't understand why 5 kids that you and Candy have both said that are trustworthy kids, why they would come together and all concoct this wild story of all these separate incidences if it's not true. You know, I mean, I don't have an explanation why they do that. Do you have one?
No.
The interrogation would continue for another 35 minutes, with Keith denying all other allegations made against him by the children. However, when Keith was finally left alone for a few minutes, cameras captured something unexpected that would show just how manipulative Keith really was. To Keith, the real betrayal isn't the children he traumatized, but that his wife Candy finally stopped protecting him. Keith would be taken back to jail, where he would be held on charges of abuse, kidnapping, and neglect. With his confession during the interrogation, the children's testimonies, his wife's statement, and physical evidence of the injuries, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison with 3 years suspended. As for Candy, she would also be held on similar charges of enabling an abuser. Detectives would determine that while Candy was aware of the abuse happening within the home, she too felt threatened by Keith. During an interview with one of the children, she confirmed that Keith would also punish Candy when she would make simple mistakes. Candy would eventually work with law enforcement and was forced to undergo a mental health evaluation. In the end, she served just 1 year in county jail, with the rest of her 10-year sentence suspended.
So now I want to know what the kid, like, what was the ruling with the kids, like, because I know she probably tried to eventually fight to get the kid. Well, this happened in 2024. What month? So she done did her year. So she's probably in process of trying to get the kids back.
Yeah, so I wonder, like, for her to not, like, be, like, charged with, like, the actual,
Yeah, the A, yeah.
yeah. I guess when the kids told them, like, everything that was happening, they basically were saying that Keith was the one that was doing all this stuff, but Candy never stopped it because she was also, I guess,
A victim.
afraid of him, too.
So like they said, he would also hit on her. So,
but she never like
Stepped
went
up
out
for
her
them.
way to speak up or to report him or to try to get the kids, out of out of
he
the
couldn't
home or get
touch
him
the-
out the home.
He
for
couldn't touch the
safety
little
of
ones either.
kids.
Because the little ones was her niece's
Niece's kids.
And so she's like,
Yeah.
you're not going to touch those.
And then Beth and John are
Some of them are
his
his,
kids.
and then some of them
And
are... The other three were through...
someone passed and it was
left.
in their will that they
Ain't
take
that's
the
about a
kids.
bit?
So I guess maybe someone in the congregation probably.
But
That's what I was
about a
kind of
bit.
thinking. I don't know though. Huh?
I said, ain't that about a bit? I left my kids thinking they was in good care of y'all.
Yeah.
And y'all over here, man, you got me fucked up.
That's
I'ma hunt your
like to
ass.
know, like it. Yeah,
Ooh, bitch. Oh, it's real.
like that's hurtful because you think like, oh, my parents left me in your care. Like if someone's ever happened, like left me,
And you doing
and
this
you're
to me.
doing this,
Yeah.
like that's sad. And I pray for those kids healing.
Yep.
Mentally, emotionally, physically, everything. Cause that's
Yep. But hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and
We
Cee.
are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar.